As humans, we like to ruminate. We like to wonder why this happened to me. Why do I feel so sad? Why do I feel so depressed? Why do I feel so insecure? But instead of feeling all that, why don't we ask ourselves, what can we do to make ourselves feel better? I'm Mia, and today I'm going to give you guys some advice on how to get your mental health to be better, how to feel better about yourself, how to feel more confident. We all know therapy is not cheap, like at all. Trust me, I tried to go, but a girl's on a budget. So I had to figure out on my own for years how to feel better. Since it's been like 8 years, I would always constantly be so depressed and be like, why me? Why this me? Why this other thing me? Why do I feel so depressed? Why do I feel so insecure? I feel so ugly. I would wake up and look at myself in the mirror and be like, you're ugly and today's gonna be a bad day, for 8 years straight. But I figured out a way to feel better, and I'm gonna give you that advice because I'm a girl's girl. The first piece of advice that I'm going to give you is to journal. And I know it might sound so stupid and dumb, but I used to think that. I used to think like, this is dumb. I'm not gonna fucking journal. I'm not gonna do this. Like, what am I writing for? But let me give you some context on why I think journaling is actually very good for you. I go to college, okay? And right now I'm in a social psychology class where there's this guy, I don't remember who it was, did a study on journaling, and it was proven that journaling not also helps your mental health, but it helps your physical health. Okay, that's the logical reason why I think you should journal. But how it personally impacted my life is that I would take like 3 days to get over something, or like there was a time where I would take like a whole year. I took a whole year to get over something because I was just that type of person. I didn't know how I could get better. I didn't know what I could do. And I decided to start journaling because I learned this in my social psychology class. And honestly, it went from like months or like 3 days to only like 3 pages. Sometimes it's usually 2 pages and they're like this big. And I just journal. And the reason I like journaling a lot is because I can journal and then look back and pretend that it's a friend telling me all this. And I give my friend reasons to like, or kind of like solutions to their problems. And I note them down. I like on a separate piece of paper, I'm like, I give you this advice and this advice and this advice. And then I look at it and I'm like, this is the advice I should follow, because if I thought that to my friend, I could give them that advice, then I might as well follow my own advice. And you know, sometimes our advice is not the best, but in the moment, it honestly helps a lot to kind of see your progress through journaling. But not just that, to give yourself advice, because I'm a person that does not follow their own advice. I'll be giving everybody advice, never follow my advice. But one thing that I like is journaling, because I can pretend that I'm like reading what a friend is texting me, and then I'm like, okay, I give you this advice, you should probably do this, you know. And that honestly works so much for me because I give myself solutions to my own problems, which that's like the top one thing that I recommend. Another thing I recommend is praying. I'm a religious person, but if you're not a religious person, I recommend you to just talk to yourself or the universe or God if you do believe in God, or you know, your God if you're like religious and you know you have a specific God or gods. Honestly, that has helped me a lot. I'm religious, but I'm gonna speak about it generally because I understand not everybody is religious. When I talk to this thing, I kind of feel better because it kind of feels like I'm talking to someone and I'm like expressing my feelings. And you know, if you are talking to yourself, maybe your subconscious talks to you back, but I always get an answer back for, you know, what I'm talking about, what I'm praying for, and that has honestly helped. But in the long run, it's honestly very like, it keeps you at ease and at peace sometimes, because you kind of like talk to someone and then it like responds back and you kind of just don't feel alone, you know. But honestly, for me, praying has helped me a lot because I'm just like, also casting all my worries onto something else, like, take this. I do not want it. I don't want it. But that helped me a lot more than I can imagine. And honestly, journaling and just praying combined has helped me so much. Those are like the two main things that I'm doing right now. Whenever I don't have time to do everything else, those are the two things I always like find time to do. So honestly, pray or manifest or talk to the universe, talk to yourself, talk to God, I don't know. That honestly helps me a lot, and I recommend you guys to do it. Also because it's just like, I can't do this all by myself. So I just cast my worries until something that I believe has a greater knowledge. Just take it. And that helps a lot. But honestly helps a lot. And if you combine it with journaling, it's even better. Also, another thing that I really recommend is getting into your hobbies, because if you're just sitting in your room thinking like, I feel this, I feel insecure, I feel not confident, I'm dumb, chopped, I don't know. Why are you just sitting in your room thinking like all these stuff? Get your butt up and get to your hobbies. And one thing I like to do is go to the gym, because I'm angry, sad, depressed, I feel insecure, I feel ugly, I'm not comfortable with my body. Gym. I listen to really loud music in gym. But to some people that's not possible. So just like grasp the stuff that you can actually do, and things that are actually available for you. Like you can put a video about like yoga, which is something I actually do too. Yoga, meditation, really good for you, honestly, calms your mind. Videos about Pilates, go on a run, go on a walk, but just keep your body active and your mind active, so you're not always like thinking about all the negative things that are going on in your life, and instead like turn all that like toxic and negative energy into something positive for yourself. Like think about what you want to make for food tonight. Think about like, oh, like maybe I should go on a run, maybe I should listen to music, maybe I should read, there's so many things that you could do. But don't just focus on all the negative things. Turn all that negative energy into positive energy, and turn all that negative energy and thoughts into motivation to just become better. And one way that you can do that is just wake up and tell yourself, I'm beautiful, I'm amazing, and today's gonna be a great day. Even if things go wrong, just repeat yourself that stuff. Maybe I'm beautiful, I'm smart, I'm talented, today's gonna be a wonderful day. And just go through life that way, just go through life that way, and just watch how it's going to be so much easier. And that also adds to, don't be so hateful, because when I used to be the most insecure, I used to be the most hateful. I used to always like say bad stuff about things, about people, anything. I would criticize a lot, but it got to the point where I was like, I don't want this life anymore. I don't want to do this. And I turned my life around, and all that hate that I was spitting into the world, I turned it into positive energy and positive affirmations. And I compliment people. Now I'm not just like you're ugly. Like even if they're not ugly, like I would just say that. And it's just kind of like, why? Don't spill hate into the world. Spill positivity. And even sometimes like make it a mission to just compliment someone once in a day, and just watch how your life is going to improve so much. Your mentality is going to improve so much. Your life is going to improve so much. You're going to feel so much more at ease. Just compliment people and go through life without being jealous or insecure or envious of whatever they have. Like just instead of looking at them like they have this, look at them like, oh, that's cute and I want that too, so I'm gonna work hard for it. And that comes to my next point. Don't be so envious and jealous, because when you're insecure, that tends to happen. That happens a lot. Okay, not gonna lie. But one way that you can motivate yourself to become better and have a better mindset is to be like, instead of being like, she has this, I hate her, she's so ugly, it doesn't even look good on her, like it looked better on me. Hype them up, and if you want that, work so hard for you to get that and even more. Work hard, like, and if your job is not giving you hours, look for another job. I know it's not easy, trust me, because I've been looking for jobs, trust me, but motivate yourself to work harder, or like not even just for money in your studies, for your career, or not just in school, you know, for yourself. Like if you want a certain type of body, if you want to feel comfortable with yourself, if you want to eat healthier, then work harder to achieve your goal, instead of scrolling and being like envious of whomever comes on your page, or like looking at someone and being like work hard. Use that as motivation and work harder for your goals, because you know, the only person that can change your life is yourself. You're the only one that can do the effort and make the effort to improve your life. So do it. And last piece of advice, which is going to be very general: if something's bringing you down, get rid of it. That goes with jobs, friends, school, classes. Like, just get rid of it. Don't even go near it, because that's only going to bring you down. It's not going to bring you up. Surround yourself with things and people and activities and stuff that uplift you, not bring you down. Because I've been in college for almost 2 years now, and I've had teachers that are not very supportive, uplifting, and I stayed in those classes, but it took a toll in my life. I also stayed with friends that were not good for me. I did stuff that were not good for me because I don't even know why. Some stupid decisions. I wanted to people please. No, it happens. We're people. We're gonna want to be liked, but put that mindset aside. Do stuff that do you good and uplift you. Like, if you don't like your job and it's stressing you so much you can't sleep, it's stressing you so much that you cry before going to work, leave. Leave, because honestly, that's not gonna be good for your mental health, not in the short run, not in the long run. Honestly, get rid of all the things that do you bad, because why do you want that? Why are you making yourself suffer? That's my last piece of advice. Surround yourself with things, people, activities that uplift you and not bring you down. Because if you continue to do that, no one's gonna be like Captain Save-A-Ho and come bring you out of that. You're the only one that can do that. You're the only one that can save yourself from misery. If you put the effort in. You can become, your greatest goal. What do you want to be rich? Do you want to look a certain way? Do you want to get this diploma? You're the only one that can set yourself for success, but you're also the only one that can set yourself for failure. Don't blame everybody for your failures. Blame yourself. But also award yourself for your successes, because you worked hard. You deserve that. Get that. So get rid of everything that does you wrong, everything that brings you down, everything that makes you feel negative, anything that's just negative energy. Away. And turn yourself and kind of get drawn to positive energy. Get drawn to the positive. Get drawn to the better, because that's the only thing that's gonna help you, babe. That's the only thing that's gonna help you. Positive energy, positive mindset, positive everything around you. You can honestly achieve so much just because you're around something positive, and it honestly just makes you feel positive about yourself. So that's the bare minimum. If you really want to start with something, start with that, and then just work up to all the other things. But that's the last piece of advice I have to give you, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. And this is my first video on this account, so hi. I really hope this piece of advice helped you, because I really only want to help people. I want to be here to help people, because I struggled and I know people struggle. Let's help us with our struggles. Hope you guys like this video. Bye.